WCGF, you filthy monkeys! Lord Frieza commands it! Ah, ha, ha, ha.
World Card Game Federation here with a rather unexpected match. It looks like we have Blue Unity Ginyu make it to, I want to say, this is the semifinals. Kind of an exciting position to be in. We're going to have a couple of time-tested versions as well. You find that these particular decks, if performing with the current card pool at 100% of the capability, are not going to vary from this one, but perhaps 5 cards each. And most of those are just for personal choice. They're going to be doing their high rolls. It's going to be a heck of a fight. We got D-Bro, and honest to God, I do not know which one is which, so I didn't make any attempt to figure out who was who. So it's just D-Bro's close enough. Andrew looks like he's going to be getting the roll. And you got to remember, this is a thing that Andrew's brought up for, I don't know, coming up on 5 years, that winning that initial die roll can sometimes be the whole game. He doesn't get the tools to go in on that. He's going to rejuvenate a Gut Crusher. He's going to get out, let's promo a Battle Readiness. They both got some pretty decent early game cards. No allies, interesting. Not a whole lot of non-combats, not a whole lot of allies, or no allies. Goes back over to Andrew. Andrew's going to draw his cards. Now, I thought I saw something in his hand that looked like a smoothness drill, or something else non-combat oriented. I guess it just depends on the mix that Andrew has in his hand, because he knows exactly what his deck is and is not capable of, especially if you're counting on, say, having cards show up early game. There is a sweet spot. You're going to want to go early game very reckless. Well, not reckless, but you can afford to be self-destructive early game. Okay, it looks like Andrew is going to go ahead and declare combat. Late game, obviously, you got to worry about stacking your deck properly to make sure that you are mitigating the worst parts of it. And a lot of times you end up going for mill damage as opposed to, say, self-injuring stuff. Okay, he's going to resolve Ginyu's when entering. He's going to raise his anger one. He's going to go ahead and grab Goldo, which is, like I said, how... Not that these decks are on rails, but it's pretty darn close about how you should play Ginyu with a super stack. Especially if you're anticipating fighting a particularly aggressive deck, you're going to want to grab Goldo. Now that he can actually be used, his effect can be used, as we secretly did use it that way for a long time in the game, even though it wasn't quite right. Okay, D-Bro is going to go ahead and get his... very nice. He drew into a sphere. What are the odds? He's going to go ahead and mill a card. It's going to go ahead and mill a card that, when upon being destroyed, immediately rejuvenates itself. So there is no net loss, and that does... Okay. He's going to hit him with a blue clash. That one is going to be a 4-life, no prevention ally searcher. If I remember, it's banish zone. Okay, it looks like this is how he's going to go ahead and take it, no prevention. He's going to get his hit effect, and I believe he's going to go ahead and add that effect to the mastery to go ahead and search out 2 allies, both from life deck. My apologies, I do not know some of the masteries as well as I should on precise zones for searching. Somehow, Blue Unity is sort of out there. It's a very efficient, powerful mastery, and especially needs a lot more consideration given blue protection leaving the game. But it's not one I know off the top.
For Clash, I'll grab Raccoon. And for Unity,
he's going to go ahead and grab the 2 allies. Obviously, you want to go with the Ginyu allies early game. Okay, he's going to go ahead and try for maximum commodity of action. So he's going to grab Raditz, which you might not remember his effect. He has the ability to search out a setup card and put it into play. I will say one thing, though. That is interesting about how he would actually make that accomplish getting down to 0 in that kind of scenario.
he can grab that drill basically waves for whenever
because Andrew's deck strictly doesn't do stage damage, but that reminds me that the Blue Unity Mastery can give him that capability. So that is something he could still do, is give Raditz the ability to use his power.
I don't want to drive all the way back over.
Okay, and then Andrew is going to do the move that I would have done in his situation. He's going to use his level 1 Tien power, go ahead and banish top card of his life deck to search out a name card. He's going to grab a Solar Flare. Fantastic. That is the most unexpected thing. I would imagine is to turn off Goldo. If you're going to get an extreme aggressive tilt, that would be what I would do. And D-Bro's going to probably just use the... Yeah, there he goes. He's going to go for the Mastery to target Raditz, as he is the only power in play that needs... That, like we said, it can't be just sort of cheated by Ginyu's power. He's going to use Raditz's ability to go ahead and search for styled setup, place into play. That would be a block. That is impressive. That is going to make things a little tricky, because that's actually kind of an admission of D-Bro's position, that he is concerned about having enough blocks, so he went turtle immediately. He didn't try to, say, tilt back into offensive, which is kind of interesting. You kind of know what is in his hand, because the Solar Flare is going to go ahead and tell him, turn off Goldo. Yep. Okay, he's activated Solar Flare. He targets. Or... That's great. I think he actually targeted Captain Ginyu, so the continuous just doesn't work. And he takes the hit. He wicks off a little bit of damage. It isn't too terribly much. Now, remember, though, he's still got options in play. Now, this is interesting. Andrew could potentially turtle up a little bit, or actually rein himself in very slightly on the offensive tilt, and use this as an opportunity to bait out as many cards as humanly possible. There we go. He's going to go ahead and mill. He's going to have D-Bro mill. And it looks like it's going to be some stages, and it is... Okay, so that means Andrew's starting to roll in and starting to get enough cards to be able to start doing some damage. Like we said, there's always that free problem, the free blue blockade, or, well, previously the problem was with Ginyu. So like I said, there's a good chance D-Bro's mostly concerned about the offensive push against him, and maybe not about pushing damage back out just yet. Now I'm trying to look. Okay, that's unfortunate, but still very strong. He does have a Defiant Challenge, and the hard part is, did you guys pay attention to it? Did you notice that Andrew milled out some of his Tri-Beams? Ooh! That's great. Goldo gets banished from Tug of War. That is pretty darn sweet. Timing, amazing. And yes, I already do know the outcome of this match. I was there. However, I'm acting as though I'm watching it for the first time. All right, he's going to go ahead and cut him after the shuffle for the use of Tug of War. Goes back over, and let's see what he's got. Yeah, that would be the move. He's got to be aware of the contents of the discard pile. He's going to pass. He's going to shoot a blue annihilation. He's going to banish the whole of the discard pile, which is kind of stinky, because if he'd been able to hit, say, a couple more allies, it would have been great. Let's see if he can bait him out to use the blue blockade. There's really not a lot of reason not to just take the hit. You'd want to hold on to blue blockade for something more dangerous. At least that would be my opinion. However, if he doesn't stop it, he can just blow up blockade or readiness, or just like that. Okay, he takes the hit. Wait, he does. Oh, no. He stopped. He has no discard pile. Psh, psh. I'm so accustomed to having a discard pile when you use Narrow Escape. Yeah, I'm looking at what he's got in play. He could battle readiness his way into, say, another ally. Okay, Dennis Bro passes. Then he's going to go ahead and use Defiant Challenge. He's going to snag the Solar Flare, and I don't know if Andrew's going to go straight for the Tri-Beam, which is the smart move. No, another Solar Flare. Okay, so Andrew's trying to get him good and softened up for that hit. He wants to get every molecule of the damage of that Tri-Beam out on him. So I imagine he's going to go ahead and turn off blockade and tell him to eat poo. Okay, looks like that. Oh, wow, okay, all right. Andrew's smarter than me. He would have used this one. It's going to go ahead and end his turn. Hold on to that Solar Flare so he can just, like, say, doom on you. All right, so it looks like he's starting his turn. He's got his cards out. He's not placing anything into play. He's got to resolve all of his power-up step, but so far he is probably, I don't know, is he really going to be pondering putting stuff into play? Because he really wouldn't. he should probably handle his power up if he's passing the planning step already. Okay, all right, we're in a tournament setting. You're gonna want to do all your steps in order, but it's cool. If I was perhaps a little less distracted from running a tournament, I'd have been like, hey, in order, pal. That's a warning. Okay, goes back over to Andrew. Andrew is going to immediately pass. He's going to rejuvenate his sphere, which is a fine card to have in late game. Real easy reasoning on that, too. It's because he doesn't have a concrete, consistent way to recur them. The max shouts can help, but it's not always, the timing there. All right. It looks like he's going to go ahead and declare combat and use his when entering. He's going to search out a Ginyu Force ally. We should have Birder ready to rock, or Jace maybe. It is Birder. Okay, so that means he's going full offensive tilt and needs the extra damage. I would imagine so, but the thing is, Andrew doesn't really need his power stages. They're mostly there for fun. Okay, he went for what I thought. He's going to go ahead and pull out Jace instead for pressing the advantage for life card damage. Okay, that should take care of everything for when enterings. It goes back over to Andrew. Okay, Dennis Pro started this one, so he's going to go ahead and get the opportunity to... Ooh, very nice. The blue slide could actually singly be the card that swings this. Andrew, stop that attack, please. Ha ha! Oh, beautiful. Andrew, magnifique. Okay, let's see what he's got under his sleeve. Is he going to hard tilt into offensive, like a tri-beam level of offensive? Or comedians from the 80s offensive? Ooh, what have we got here? Got an ally searcher with a rest. I can't make out the other one. Is that another blue slide? Tell me he doesn't have two. Tell me he do not. Can't make out remainder of cards. I only have a definitive ID on a rest. Come on. Okay, wow, okay. He's going to go ahead and put the stylish pose away, which is very unexpected. Oh, the blue slide actually can't affect him because he's... wow, I would have shuffled that back in. That's too dangerous. Yeah, the other one's rough, but at most he can just pull out another ally. Who cares? Okay, so the confrontation's been resolved. Goes back over. And like I said, he got, yep, okay, mastery into Raditz. There's no reason not to, because he doesn't need the powers of Jace to be isolated because, or Raccoon, because they could just be used because of Ginyu's continuous. Well, that would be the way to do it. He's going to Unity into the skip, into Raditz's power. Does go ahead and search out. Oh, don't tell me you're just going to grab another blockade. I saw you look at it. Whoa. Okay, he's going to get out. This one, I don't know. Is he anticipating Andrew actually changing levels at some point during this, or does he just need it for, say, unleash purposes?
I know, yeah, I've been seeing him on Halo a lot. I know, it's like I gotta play something.
Okay, Andrew's checking out the old discard pile, seeing what we got going on. Rebuke. Could not remember. I want to call it Blue Revoke. Alright, let's see what there's been a lot of posturing. Okay, that is a fantastic idea. He is going to go ahead and use Shout, and he never... Come on, man. You know what you got to do. No, static. No, You don't even worry about any... Okay. I would never give him access to anything that turns off endurance. Phooey on that. He's used Max Shout. He's going to go ahead and attach a Blue Rebuke. Neat. Andrew lands a hit. He has to blow it up. With a style card, of course. He keeps drawing into Defiant Challenges. It's shocking. He's going to use his level 1 power. Of course, he's going to hit Mischief. Mischief is going to go ahead and trigger, which is fantastic. Put your Tri-Beams back in there. What are you doing? Okay, you're throwing a shout back in. Did not expect that. Maybe you know something I don't. Fantastic if so.
Physical combat. Name a card, I'll name an effect check. In there.
Okay, let's see what he's got. Okay, it looks like he ended up targeting his Solar Flare. Solar Flare recurred itself. He's going to go ahead and grab a Tri-Beam. And like we said, he's got to be mindful. Though there's no more Goldo out there, he's still got Blockade plus whatever's in his hand. So it would be shocking, at least to an extent, if he didn't have some. Okay, he's going to pass again. Okay, all right, fantastic. Solar Flare to not Blockade. Okay, potentially he's wide open, but he's going to hit him with the 3 life. Fantastic. Now, Andrew, I don't know why he would want to try getting off of level 1 at this point. Why would he be increasing his own anger? Because he knows Rebuke's out there. You wouldn't want to ever give him ammunition. He's going to Tri-Beam. Yeah, he really should be. There we go. Double Team goes to his hand on the mill. Okay, and then it's going to hit him again for 4. I'm sure he's going to run into Buku Endurance. It is blue after all. Yeah. So he's going to hit him with only the 4 total, but obviously with the endurance. And then he's going to force him to skip. He's going to raise his own anger 1. He's going to go ahead and hit him with another 4. He's going to barely even feel it, taking a total of 2 life cards on the hit. It is still, however, going to force the skip on the hit. It's going to go back to Andrew. And a Defiant Challenge. Ginyu has no offensive named cards. They're very offensive to some of us, but Andrew is going to go ahead and be the only one able to make use of Defiant Challenge in this particular deck because of that design choice. He's going to go ahead and grab a card. I would presume a Tri-Beam, but I guess I don't know that because he wasn't able to necessarily recur one from there, but we shall see. I mean, he knows he has him wide open, but it's hard to land the proper amount of hits and proper amount of damage given the... Okay, he's going to go with Solar Flare. Solar Flare is unexpected. I don't know if that's just to keep it out for purposes of slowing D-Bro down with naming his various blocks and other cards in play.
Oh, I think that was what I was supposed to put back. So that's like a shuffle into. That's from the advantage side. Or was that sitting there?
Yeah, you could shuffle. Yeah, you would have shuffled it into your deck, and then you would search for it. No, he's doing it right. He's done it right thus far. He's just questioning himself. The target, you can make it the target. But yeah, you can shuffle it in because of the way the card's worded. Yeah, silly Andrew. Okay, and then it is D-Bro's turn. Let's see if he's got anything left. He's going to go ahead and do a rest. Wow. All those allies I was talking about that could have been banished away. Silly Andrew. You could have targeted them with Shout. Blown those guys up. Put them in the banish zone. Tell them to F all the way off. It would have been beautiful. Okay, he's going to throw a physical. Just 5 life. And, okay. Good. It would be 5 life, regular prevention. Just not anything fancy this time. He runs in. That's tough. It's tough sort of dancing around the blocks that he has in play, like Barricade. But you know what? Blockade, excuse me. Blockade, but I would have gotten rid of Battle Readiness just because I don't... Oh, you are insane. He uses Black Shout's instant to go ahead and banish a card that he would have normally just destroyed and draw a card. That is an effect virtually never see it. It is destroyed, not banished. Yeah, it doesn't banish itself. It banishes its target. Okay, and then it is going to be his action. Let's see what, if anything, he's got left. If he's going to burn the Battle Readiness or anything like that. No, no targets in the discard pile, so you'd only get half the utility from the search for blue battle readiness. But, yeah, we're going to find out what he might be trying to do.
So it's energy for 5
He is going to use the battle readiness. He's going to use the half of it that does work. He's going to target his life deck. He simply has no valid targets in the discard pile. He's going to snag an ally. I'll take a wild guess. It's either going to be Birder, but he's already used the Mastery, so he might get something passive that boosts damage, but that's more of an investment for the future kind of thing. And he probably wouldn't waste on Birder, because Birder he could... Okay, I was say Birder he can grab at the beginning of the next combat, but he's going to grab him now anyway. Kind of unexpected. All right. Oh, he did. Dennis Bro would have declared combat. I guess the blue slide left him pretty dang confident. Remember, we were surprised that Andrew drew into time. Okay, Andrew goes again. He's going to throw another double team. Sadly, he can't get the cards out of his hand to make these unpreventable and start snowballing that damage. But he ends up taking the hit just from sheer, just from sheer lack of running into endurance. He ran into plenty, as it was. He's going to blow up Rebuke. Fantastic. So far, so great. This one is taking a very unexpected turn. Andrew really hasn't comboed off in any significant way, though. This has been more of a card-by-card turning kind of thing. He did start it. So, okay. Dennis Bro's just going to take 2 turns. That's cool. Unless I missed something. Places Arbonne into play, Villainous Visage into play.
Just 6. Do you have any mounts on? I used to. Back in my day, alright, so 4. That's shuffle.
He has no reason to hesitate if the cards are what I've peered over his hand. This is not as hard a decision he makes it out to be. That Villainous Visage is definitely not fun.
Yeah, I mean, we have to enter, so we're doing that. Enter.
Wow, he knows something I don't. He's going to go ahead and declare combat on 2 cards. He's got plenty of options in play to be able to milk things. He's going to go ahead and use when entering, snag, no allies. Man, that deck's looking mighty thin. I do not know how this fight goes on for as long as it does. Okay, deck's definitely been shuffled. Well, lightly shuffled. That is a thin deck. Like I said, I do not know. It has got to be some trick with Visage that keeps this particular contest as close as I recall it being.
I'm all done. Let's go for it. Blue slide.
Okay, remember, he's going to go ahead and use Blue Slide to try to get a combat up on him to try to... Oh, okay, end up saving the Tri-Beam. Andrew, you draw nothing but blocks when I fight you. Where is your block, sir? You got to be kidding me. You're going to take 2 stages and 3 life, 4 life? Wow, turned off all your non-styled. You crumb bum. He's going to Mastery. He's going to go ahead and mill Max Shout. Max Shout falls into play instead. And then I can't see what he milled on his opponent's side. May I see your discard pile, sir? Okay, he gained some stages. Okay, and then this is D-Bro's action. Let's see what he's got.
Because I thought I was going to get another endurance card. There's a card I didn't. You don't have it, right? So I decided not to. So then you ended up critting me. So I should have used it.
Okay, he's going to be checking around for locations of things. My guess he's looking for locations of allies, because whatever he's got in his hand might be able to pull him back from even such as the Banish Zone. Or not, maybe he's looking at more the life deck as a potential zone to search. Very nice. So that is a perfectly calculated decision, because if he took that hit on slide, which was very critical, he sure as heck didn't have any blocks left to stop Raccoon. He's going to have Ginyu pay the 2 stages. That card I told you about, Andrew. I told you do not let him have a static shot in his hand, because it will come back to haunt you. Okay. He's going to Raccoon, and then Andrew passes, and then he's going to use Unity. No. Sorry. He's really gonna grab battle readiness with it. Okay, because I thought I was waiting for Andrew to have a response there. Must have missed what caused the interruption.
Oh man, this is rough.
Now, in theory, he has targets for both, so battle readiness will be a more effective card. Andrew's going to do exactly what I would like to do, is double check and see what's in there.
Either direction. One anger and one attack.
Well, let's see what we got going on here. Waiting to see them resolve this one. Okay. Wow. Sounds like Andrew's going to be possibly utilizing Max Shout, unless I'm misunderstanding. Very good. And he did. Fantastic. He rejuves the 2, targets the 2, banishes them. Everything worked out according to plan. Like I said, I don't know how this thing ends this way. He's going to use battle readiness. He is going to have a target. Let's see what's left. No, there is no targets. That is A-OK. He's going to target his life deck. And that deck looking mighty, mighty thin. He's going to get a Shisami. He's going to see the damage boost that comes from his continuous. Not a bad thing at all. So I had a vague memory that this fight went very differently than this. It wasn't at all as Andrew is being in control the whole time, basically. Okay, he's going to use Unleashed, which is terribly interesting, because I don't fully recall what the level 2 is going to do as far as to swing this. I am thoroughly unimpressed with the rest of the super stack. Okay, which he is not playing at all. Okay, that is actually A-OK. Okay, he finished the Unleashed. He's going to put a tandem on so enemy, allies can't be banished as long as this guy's out.
Because it says you take damage. As between damage and
Yeah, we always double check the timing because it could always be that Andrew might be able to blow it up on a hit before the damage hits if we, that sort of order of events doesn't work the way that we'd expect. I don't blame Andrew for looking into it. That's interesting. He has solar flares, but it's like, okay, what? Oh, he can't use them because of blue slide. And the static shock goes off, and it's got a disgusting amount of damage buff. He's going to take the stage damage first, obviously, and then he's going to take a significant hit. Now, do remember that its own effect applies to itself when it comes to prevention, so that means it's always unless there's a modifier in play, always a crit, so it really lowers 3 anger. That's unfortunate. Andrew really could have used to hit level 2, which, as I understand it, had he done so earlier, might have been a tide turner.
Coming in for 6 stages.
4, 5 life and 3 stages. I'll raise my anger too.
He's using his level 2, the one that raises his anger 1 for each of his Ginyu allies in play. Andrew takes the hit. It's nothing significant. What? Everybody's passing? Okay. Redonkulous. Nobody did anything in that combat. Though, Andrew, I think that hit right there might actually be the life cards that ended up going into... No, Andrew's got a significant life deck left. But still, it might end up being the cards he needed to be able to weather the final couple of hits and be able to pull this one out. Okay, D-Bro's doing the smart thing. He's keeping an eye on the banish zones, having a pretty good idea what's left or not left or likely to be in Andrew's hand. Now, Andrew is pulling a me. He's got out Absorption Drill. There's no reason to go in any ham on one of these. Okay. Okay, I thought Andrew had declared combat. He probably shouldn't either way. Okay, somebody needs to make a move here. Maybe I'm misunderstanding where the hesitation's coming from. But if I was Andrew, nah, there's nothing to be gained by being that aggressive. Yes, he's still on level 1. Yes, he can go snake. That's what he's checking his deck for. Because they're checking to see what targets does he have left in his life deck to go after with his level 1 power. If it's something that can help him with, say, with keeping the offensive tilt, it makes sense. I personally have not been keeping track of where the named cards are, but I feel like he's running low. I'm going to say there's 2 to 3 tri-beams in the discard pile. He's going to pass, rejuvenate a prep. Prep goes off, he draws a card. I'm sure you all remember. Prep is never a bad card for that. Okay, he goes back over this side, and let's see. He's going to handle all of his proper planning step. Much appreciated. Nothing like getting your operations carried out in the proper order. He's got some cards in his hand. It's not enough to press any kind of advantage. It looked like he was carrying a physical block of all things. He's going to pass, rejuvenate, leave the static shot. Goes back over to Andrew. Andrew unfortunately has to discard down, so he lost his energy web, which is a real shame because he really could have used that. Okay, Andrew's going to declare combat. He doesn't do the when entering thing. He's going to go ahead. And I'm talking in the background and I'm saying mean things, and it's distracting me slightly. Okay. Andrew's going to get the opening action. He has a confrontation in his hand between me and you. Sphere. Oh, okay. Well, shut my mouth. Now, the static shot is going to be one I would not want to deal with no way, no how. I just don't want him to have the equivalent of a dig, so that's usually my target for such things. But the energy block's no fun, and it looks like he's got a key build up, which is a setup which he should not have any means to use during this combat. So this is a toughie. If it were me, I would deal with the block, and I would just make sure he doesn't have Static Blast, because that is just bad news in card form. Yes, okay. Whew, hey, we're back on the same page. Look at the skinny nothing deck that the Dennis Bro's working with. Son of a gun. There's going to be a tipping point that I'm just not aware of at some point. Okay, is now his action. Let's see what he's got.
You don't usually have to look out for that.
Oh, Ginyu power.
That is pretty sweet. He's going to level 2, and my guess is going to be enough anger to hit his level 3, and he's going to be able to get up this far. And for the life of me, I don't remember what the level 3 does, because I don't know if I use that in mine. There we go. Frog no more. Oof. Ouch. It does hit. It is significant. It is a lot of damage. That is unfortunate. And is enough to do critical damage. He's going to lose his anger. Yeah, he's Andrew has the same opinion I do. I got to look this one up because the things. This is planning step, search for alien ally, or banish X. So okay, so he can basically has a targeted discard pile. So not particularly strong, but that +2 life's really good. Okay, this bro doing a life card count. Nothing wrong with that. Andrew doing something similar. Okay, really gonna need somebody. It's just targeted. The only thing you can do actively in combat, Andrew, is he can actively target and banish, which is no fun. It means he's gonna weed out your discard pile for some of your most important stackable cards, and it came out at the worst possible time. So, real fun. Very nice. Now, hold on. Can you do that with tandem out?
And you still were like, well, I'll just keep shuffling it.
Oh, no, that's the one ally. Shut my mouth. Come on. Somebody got to move. You know, he's got at least one dead card in his hand. Really? He's down low enough to want to throw his level 3 power? Usually that's later. Okay. Oh, look! He banished his blue snare from his discard pile. That was a most unexpected action.
You know, we should get Poo on the stream. I don't think has Poo been on the stream. Get Poo on the stream. People like to see that. That's
Right at the end, yeah.
they'd like to see something different.
Huh. Doesn't make any sense.
3 in hand.
But remember, Andrew, he has 1 dead card. So he only has 2 cards in hand. And the catch is you have to really just jab and peck at him for a little bit.
He's like, you're just rubbing it in.
I assume Cash is paying a stare down with them, or I believe so. We were thinking about
Okay. I'm sure he's got a plan here of some sort. Okay, I guess he's doing his level best to try to predict the contents. Though Andrew has yet to stack a single card with Absorption Drill. It's kind of depressing to watch that particular powerful card be out and not doing any good. I see why this particular match was longer than most, despite being what it was. There's a lot of this, a lot of being careful and mindful of where everything is. I can't discourage you from playing this way. It's not the best strategy in Swiss, but in your top cut scenarios where there's no time limit, it's not the worst thing that ever happened playing as carefully as this. Okay, he's going to activate his level 1 Tien power. Another black energy web falls out. Just miserable. Okay, he's going to go ahead and... Andrew, this is a desperate ploy. Not ploy. A desperate tactic. I know that this is... You're going to get lots of fodder for milling, but you just have to hope that you can outlast whatever crazy barrage he has. And it's a good alternative to actually trying to do damage, to just try to thin out his deck enough you get a life card lead on him. You've checked your deck, D-Bro. Or your discard pile. Ain't nothing changed. Yeah, he's going to use the Mastery. He's going to mill a card. Please stack. Stack for Absorption Drill. Please don't miss it. Thank you. Whew. Okay, so this is where he hopefully is going to get a lead up. And, gosh, I don't know. He won't have any of the... He'll never get his card in his hand down to 0, so you don't go with the double team. I'd probably go with Black Annihilation or something like that that helps to synergize very well. Shoot, I might even, if there was 1 max shout left in there, which I don't... Yeah, there should be. I'd probably throw it up there just for damage sake, and then for potentially milling it myself and getting its bonus of throwing it in play and being super aggressive. No, I guess late game you need to start putting cards back. So Mischief would be your number 1 stacker, followed by Annihilation. Silly Andrew, I can't see your hand, but you have... Oh, no, I do know what you got. You have 2 more mill cards. And then you got some mill mitigators. So please put more mill mitigators on top. No. Put that away. That is not a card you need or want. Let's see what he ends up going with. Oh, Annihilation. Fantastic. He's going to go ahead and top deck that particular card after the mill. And now it is his action again. Let's see what he's got. He can Mastery into Raditz, but I don't know if he has any targets left. I haven't been paying attention to the damage. He passes. Wow, he's going to Solar Flare. I don't know what he's targeting, but he's going to mill the top. It's going to go ahead and let him grab another card and then rejuvenate them both. Some fantastic work. It's not particularly high damaging. Oh, he has an energy block, which I suppose was one of the cards I remember seeing most late game. Okay, he's going to... Wow, okay, so he did have the Omni block. He is going to be able to target one of the allies from the Banish Zone, and that's starting to make a lot of things make more sense. He's going to grab Goldo. Goldo's the only target. Whoa, Raccoon! Okay, a little bit surprising there. Okay, he uses Raccoon power. Ooh, a blue clash. That's more targeting the banish zone, which is no bueno.
5 stages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 and 5.
Ugh. It's a lot of damage to put out. Just copious. Bull crud.
4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so he was off by one. No, it fell out. Target. No, Andrew, pay attention. No, Tug fell out. Remember? Ha. Doggone it. So far, I've watched what looked to me to be D-Bro take 2 turns, and then Andrew forgot this is out here. Come on, man. You didn't have to deal with that. Oh, my gosh. That would have been beautiful. Because then he could have banished Raccoon before we finish the effect. He's going to mill the top. He's going to draw a card. He's going to make him mill 2. He's going to raise 2.
You might be playing Boo, or you might be playing me.
At this point, I would stack a ton of... well, that's a good card to do, but I still would have more stacked more endurance. Remember, you milled. You milled. Please stack a card. Please stack a card. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so is that... Okay, no. Shut my mouth. He did actually get to stack the card. That's what caused it. Okay, got it. He just chose his draw. Don't ask me how. He did it slightly out of order, and I just didn't pay attention. Okay, Dennis Bro passes. For some reason, he somehow forgot what Tien's Prep does, which is interesting. It's been the same card as it ever was since the earliest sets, but okay. Okay, it's his action again. If I want to say he's still packing 1 setup attack, 1 event energy block, and the last card I cannot make out in his hand. He's still got stuff in play, though. He's still got some guys. Though, Andrew, you've missed the Tug of War, you goof.
Unless you move down to another window, you're still in the freaking window.
Also, use proper turn markers next time, guys.
One on. Oh, wait, no. I haven't done Unity.
I mean, as long as nothing you
No, he can Unity into Raditz to go grab a card, which I thought he was something he would have already done.
I'll Unity on Raditz. Good. Okay, 1 for Flash.
Okay, he's going to use Unity Mastery. Nice. Oh, he has to get rid of smoothness. That's unfortunate. He does this if he gets 2 shots of it for an energy block, so that's protection's going to help him out with that sort of thing. In case somehow there was 2 shots to his mug on the way. Andrew has the ability to throw out another prep and potentially level. I can't tell if he has 2 or 3. Okay, he's going to go ahead and do that. Like I said, please resolve it in order. No, Andrew, no! You guys know shoulder slam when it gets, what do they call it? Gets milled. He could have used it to crit away an ally. Oh, you maniac. Oh, no. Okay. Shisami got crit. Fantastic. And he's going to go ahead and do a little stacking action. And again, for me, it would just be something enormous endurance like Max Shout, if at all possible. Did you bandage that? Yep, use critical damage effect. Okay, so that's 2 anti-allies stuff that Andrew has missed. Okay, absorption goes away on the level. He's going to go and hit him with a Gut Crusher. No! Andrew, he took 5! Tell me you did not just kill yourself. Tell me. Okay, fantastic. He's going to blow up Villainous Visage, so there is less of a worry. So you realize that D-Bro would have no allies out. He would have had all the above critted away as of that action. He would have had shoulder charge, fallout, crit, and then he would have had... Oh my gosh. This is the part I'm standing over Andrew's shoulder in the background, because I remember that distinctly. Okay, he ends up stopping the attack. Wonderful. And he's going to do it again. It's a prep. Fantastic. One of the only cards in the whole deck that wouldn't help. He's going to... I thought it was actually Zarbon specifically says when you take damage from a physical attack, not stage damage. Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
All pass.
Yep, physical attack. Okay, so it would have been a physical attack, but it would have crit him anyway? Okay, questionable stuff going on here. All right, so somehow Debro's still alive. He gets out the blue key buildup he had been holding on to for some time, which or might be resolving his planning step for his level 3. Okay, he gets out of Shisami, so he's got his max damage buffs out. Well, minus one of them. Yeah, I see it. And let's see what else he's got. I would presume he's going to try to bum rush. Oh, it's too late to look through the doggone discard pile to figure it out. It's going to be a whirlwind of black mush. Like, unless you're looking for something specific, then don't. Don't waste the time. Coming up on the end of the fight here, it looks like. See, here I thought that Villainous Visage was going to be the big deciding factor. It wasn't. It was just player mistakes, missed triggers and options that would have thoroughly evened this up. That's wild to think about. That at best he could have gotten back one ally, one, at the start of this planning step. Terribly interesting. Oof, Andrew has a 5-card remaining life he can draw, and he's got 2. That is rough city. Okay, nobody has entering effects because he's too far in for that to be a thing.
I just gotta make sure I make the right call here.
I think you got him. I think right call's been made. I just hope that in this action, though, whatever he's about to do, because I don't quite remember, but whatever he does, I would just hope to high heaven it's not something where he, say, channels an ability to an ally or more than one ally.
This takes the cake. This one. Oh, 1 minus 2. Oh, Andrew.
So I know it is in some people's nature to dig deep on these sorts of decisions, though if it were me, I don't have as many qualms. I have a very minor life lead. I'm sure he's probably packing some. I guess he's really trying to work out what the last 5 cards could be. Honestly, I just open up and probably hit him with blue key build up and just see where it takes me.
There's also one that that might be easier.
I wish we could have went to the one place. Remember when we went but they closed up or they closed their kitchen already? Oh yeah. Oh, that was so dumb. Really.
He's still going, still trying to muck through what the last one is going to be. Unless you have a really elaborate knowledge of Andrew's deck, you probably are wasting your time. So this is kind of interesting. I would presume this is going to end exactly as it could have a couple of minutes ago, where he simply enters combat, throws one big move, and it abruptly ends because Andrew has no blocks. I would take a wild guess. Okay.
I'll target Shisami.
We're gonna go south, Mario. We're gonna go south.
Okay.
You're above him. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4.
So Andrew has his cards, and
5 life and 1.
yeah, with all the buffs in play, I believe it's 5 and 5, something wild like that. And the hit hits, and the game she is over. 2 life cards are taken. I'm gonna say that I don't like this fight. I think mistakes were made, and it wasn't a clean win.